This is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness and who knows the path of peace. Let them be able to upright, straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited, contented and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties, and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm, and wise and skillful, not proud or demanding nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove, wishing in gladness and in safety, may all beings be at ease. Whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short or small, the seen and unseen, those living and far away, those born and to be born, may all beings be at ease. Let none receive another or despise him. Let none through anger or ill will which harm upon another, even as a mother protects with her life a child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should cherish living beings, radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upwards to skies and downwards to the depths, outwards and unbounded, freed from hatred and ill will, whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, from drowsiness, one should sustain recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding, by not holding to fixed views, the pure-hearted one, clarity of vision, being freed from all these desires, is not born again into this world.
Thank you very much. My pleasure. And over to you, Dhamma.
Okay. So all of you are welcome to today's meditation session. So I am speaking now. So first of all, I will give a short Dhamma talk or short introduction for meditation. I think all of you have listened many talks, Dhamma talks, or this Armadale group meditation instructions. So I am also doing something similar, but so I will do it my way, the way how I practice and how I prefer to tell other people. So actually, according to the Buddha's teachings, so we practice meditation to have a peaceful time or resting, for having the resting, and let the things fade away and let the thing extinguish. So that kind of experiences we get when we are practicing meditation. That means we get more peaceful, calm, quiet, still states of mind. So not thinking, not doing, not we are going to achieve anything, or we are not going to find out faults of our practices, or thoughts come to our mind. So we are not going to find out faults. We are not going to find out new knowledge. Just we go to let go things and having a peaceful time, resting, give a rest to our body and mind. So we know when we sit and focus to television or one thing. So your body is resting, but your mind is thinking, and try to enjoy things. So now when we are practicing meditation, we actually not going to enjoy the five sense world objects. We just leave it alone, and we focus our attention to the peace of mind, and enjoy the peace of mind and the peace of the body, because the body is also not acting, and sit in one place and resting. So we give a good rest to our mind without thinking. Thinking is the work of mind. So if we start thinking, it is also kind of a tiredness come to your mind. And when mind fall into thinking, always it is related to your choices. You want this thing, you want that thing, so you are planning future. You think about past, sometimes the remorse come to your mind, happiness come to your mind, these things come and go. So this is all the five sense world, the objects. We are always, because a human means you are always associated with the five sense world. That means sight, sound, smell, taste, touches. So it is the human world. So, but all these associations, all these enjoyments create suffering, because all these things are impermanent. Change, all our experience are impermanent, change to different states. So we know this reality, always associate with us. So then, if we want to have a rest, peaceful time, we just cut off all these five sense world, and we focus our attention to something which is not related to the five sense world. Or a human do not much pay attention to their body, and we are not going to think about body. We just watch the breath. Normal human don't watch the breath when living in our day-to-day life. So if you watch the breath, it is one thing. Or if you watch the peace of mind and the serenity of mind and just enjoy it, it is also something. Normally a person don't do that. For only when people practicing meditation, they do this kind of things. So it leads to stillness, calmness, peacefulness of mind. Because we are not thinking, we are not valuing, we are not judging. Just enjoying whatever thing in front of you, or whatever thing within you. Because we are not use our eyes, we close our eyes and focus our attention to the body, and keep attention on the body, and let the things calm, quiet, and still, relaxed. Give the full relaxation to the all body muscles, and relax your mind also without thinking. So therefore the silence of the mind, that means not inner speech. We have to let go the inner speech and make our mind silent. So that is these are the skills we develop when we are practicing meditation. So when we silence our mind, that is, stop the inner speech by letting go, be kind to our mind and be kind to our body. Because one of the important things of the way how see our body and mind is one of the important things according to Buddhism, the Buddha's teachings, because Buddha shows this body and mind is a natural phenomena. It always runs based on causes and conditions. All our feelings, perceptions, volitions arise based on causes and conditions, not because me, myself. All our past is always supporting to the present moment. Our consciousness, that means eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind consciousness is always supported by our past experiences. So that's why past experiences are not fixed, and we have large number of past experiences. So we don't know which one comes first in the present moment. So that's why our consciousness is the highly uncertain thing. So sometimes the same object in two different times. Sometimes one time you enjoy, sometimes you hate, you don't enjoy. You are sometimes you value it, sometimes sometimes you praise it, sometimes you blame it, because these things change to different states based on your mentality at that moment. So that's why your past experiences are conditioned the present moment, but these are uncertain things. So these things we have to. So that's why it is okay to let go and free our mind, not to worry whatever thing arise in our mind. These are not I, me, myself, because it is a natural flow of happening things. So therefore, we can let go things and enjoy just the stillness of the mind. So it is much helpful. Helpful to our mental health, bodily health, all these things. So we keep in mind these benefits, and we cut off the value of thinkings, the thoughts arise in this present moment. So we just let go and just focus our attention to the breath, or the stillness of the body, or the peacefulness of our mind. Just enjoy the present moment. So we are not going to finding faults within us. So just enjoy the present moment, silence, stillness. Sometimes your thoughts might come to your mind, but when you understand the thought came to your mind, just let it go, let it be. So you just focus your attention to the meditation object. So then your mind naturally become calm and still and joyful. So it is the way how the meditation happens. It is really helpful to build up the happiness, and in the same time you learn how to avoid suffering. So it is a way of avoiding suffering, because when you are thinking about some issues, your mind naturally fall into these suffering states. If you know how to avoid thinking and bring mind to one object, and to focus your attention to that object and forget about all others, then you learn how to avoid suffering arise within your mind. So it is a way of doing it. Not only that, if you develop your mind to higher states, so then you know how to cut off all inputs come from your body. That means you can let go the I, no tongue body fully, and just focus to the mind, and stay with keep the attention only on the mind. So then you forget the body. So then you can avoid the bodily pains also. So you can just cut off the attention which goes to your body and get the bodily feelings and pains. So you can just cut off and let go. So you train your mind when you are practicing meditation. These are the benefits. So I think all of you know, maybe you have heard Ajahn Brahm and all other teachers. They are actually, you are fortunate to have that kind of great teachers. Okay, then I think now it is good to start. So how much time normally? 30 minutes or 40 minutes?
Yes, that's correct. Normally 30 minutes.
30 minutes, okay. Then
And then we usually finish with further talk and question and answer session.
Yes. Okay, then yeah. So this is the brief introduction I gave to you. So if you like to ask questions, I think I will finish 7:50 this meditation session, and then you can ask questions. No, it is okay.
That would be wonderful.
Fine, yeah. So because it is good to ask questions, and then I will tell how we practice this. What are the base of the practices we use in our Buddhist practice. So then it is good, sometimes helpful, all of you. So what the Buddha tells in suttas. Okay.
That sounds like an excellent evening, Bhante. So when you are ready, if you want to start the meditation.
Okay. So then now all of you can sit comfortably for to focus your attention to your body and let go all the five sense world objects. So you can close your eyes and sit comfortably and close your eyes. If you lean against the backrest, it is okay, it is good. So sit comfortably. We are going to let go our body. So we are not going to pay attention. So therefore, body should be in a comfortable position because we are not going to pay attention on body. First of all, you can focus your attention to the body and make it comfortable. You can focus your attention from toe to head, gradually scan through your body and relax all muscles. Slowly scan the body. Takes time. Takes time and do it. If there any uncomfortability, you can adjust your limbs, you can adjust your body and make all muscles relaxed. Keep attention on your body, the whole body, and enjoy the stillness of the body. Don't pay attention to your thoughts. Just keep your attention on your body and enjoy the stillness of the body. If thoughts come to your mind, don't worry. Let the things come and let the things go. Keep your attention on your body. When you understand thoughts are coming and going, don't pay attention to thoughts. Just focus your attention on body and enjoy the stillness of the body. Be kind to your body and mind. Body and mind is a natural phenomena. So let the things be. Let the pains of body arise and pass away. Things come, things go. Just watch your body. Be kind to your body. Let the things be, let the things fade away, and let the things disappear. Just enjoy the present moment stillness of body. Just enjoy the present moment stillness of mind. If you can clearly see your breath, you can focus your attention to the breath and watch the breath, the direction of the breath, whether it is going in or whether it is going out. If you are clearly seeing the breath, you can focus your attention to the breath and watch which direction the breath is going, whether it is going in or whether it is going out. Focus your attention to the breath. Don't worry about the distractions, if there is any. Just focus your attention to the meditation object, breath. If you are watching breath, just watch the breath. Don't worry, whatever distractions arise. Just let it arise and pass away. Keep your attention on breath. Enjoy the silent stillness of your mind and body. Enjoy the silent stillness of associate with the breath meditation. Enjoy the silent stillness of your body and mind. Keep your continuous attention on breath. Enjoy the silent stillness of your body and mind while watching the breath. how peaceful and delightful your body and mind now. What you have done to bring your body and mind to this state. I will ring the gong 3 times. Then you can slowly come out from your meditation practice. So if you have questions now, ask. So when we are practicing meditation, when we focus our attention on breath and keep the sustained attention on breath, sometimes we see the visual objects in front of our eyes, but we still close our eyes. So then we should not pay attention to the objects sometimes come to our eyes. Just keep attention on the center and let go all the visual objects. So then it will become the one color, one bright light. So then just go all the other objects to the background. So that means you are not you are not paying attention on the objects, visual objects come to your mind. Sometimes some people get sounds to your ears when you are practicing meditation. Just don't pay attention. Just leave it, let it be. Let it fade away and let it disappear. Because your senses are obsessing. When you are practicing meditation, it is a part of the system. It is not the external sounds are coming, but your mind create all this stuff. So when people practicing meditation for a long time, get all these experiences. So if you have any questions regarding meditation or other things related to our day-to-day life, you can ask. So then I can explain according to the Buddha's teachings.
You're most welcome to put your questions in the chat or unmute yourself and ask a question at any time. So please feel free.
I have a comment, question.
Okay.
Is that okay, Chris? Okay.
Of course that's okay. That'll be wonderful.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Bhante, for your guidance and your talk. And you mentioned something that I wanted to ask about. You spoke about changing the value of our thoughts.
Yeah.
And I take it as like a step in letting go.
Yes.
And it's a very interesting thing, and I think also for outside of meditation, of course, too. So could you talk a bit about that, about changing the value
Yes.
of thoughts?
Yes, there is one of the important aspects of the Buddha's teachings, because Buddha introduced this how we relate to our body and mind. So this always comes from the how we see this body and mind, which kind of which kind of causes and conditions create this flow of happening things. That means your experiences, how we get our experiences. That means what are the feelings, how these feelings, perceptions and volitions arise in our body and mind, especially in the mind. Feelings, perceptions and volitions arise in our mind. But these are always related to the external objects. External objects means sight, sound, smells, taste, touches and thoughts. Thoughts also we take as external objects, because when thoughts come to our mind, how our mind relate to those thoughts. So that this is the thing we have to understand carefully, because sight, sound, smells, taste, touches, and thoughts we take as the external faculties, and eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind we take as internal faculties. So when the external faculties and internal faculties exist, the consciousness arises. That means if there is a sight outside and your eye faculty also function, so then the eye consciousness arises, and then it creates the contact, and then arise the feelings, perceptions, and volitions. It is the flow of happening things. So that's why Lord Buddha say this the conditions of the external faculty and internal faculty generates the present moment consciousness. There is no fixed thing called consciousness. Consciousness arises based on the conditions of the external faculty and conditions of the internal faculty. So that's why, if I say in a simple example, when you go to the kitchen, you know, shall we think there's a fruit, there's a vegetable to cook. So then when you go to the kitchen, which method you are using to cook that vegetable? So that depends on that moment, the causes and conditions. So the causes and the condition of the vegetable on the table. So all these things affect the consciousness at that moment. So your mind condition. Sometimes if you are in a very upset mood, so sometimes whatever thing you are doing is totally the drives by that mood, and sometimes you may while you are cooking you make it sometimes too much salt or less salt. You may make faults and create the non-delicious food, or this kind of changes can happen because the condition of mind, that means internal faculties, the differences in internal faculties. But sometimes the vegetable on the table has the condition, this is too much ripened or something, also affect whatever thing you cook, the last product has effect by both these things. That means your consciousness also depend on the external conditions and internal conditions. So that's why Lord Buddha said this is an uncertain process. You can't expect in future moments should be like this, should be like that. So that's why if you keep in mind this reality, if you watch within yourself how these things works, so then you can understand, yes, these are uncertain, most of the things. We think these are certain, but you gradually start seeing this uncertainty always associate with our conscious process. That means seeing, smelling, tasting, touch, hearing, all these things. So the feelings, perceptions, volitions arise based on this sensual contact is uncertain. So these things change. Sometimes you go and buy something. Oh, this is nice. This is beautiful. So you buy and bring to your home. And after some time you say, oh, no, that is not the good thing. The other one is the good thing. So then you want to get rid of it and get this something else. If you see an ad in your television, your mindset will change to a different level. So that's why the inputs come to your mind, change your feelings and perceptions. It is a natural flow of happening things. So if you reflect that your life, you see this uncertainty associate with your body and mind, how your mentality change, even regarding the same object. So you early think, oh, this is nice, this is beautiful, this is good. Later you think, oh, this is not really good, this sun has this fault, that fault. You start seeing new things. Your attention goes to different features of the same object. And your feelings, perceptions also go to different things, different levels. So that's why Lord Buddha say, this is an uncertain process, uncertainty. So if you have that understanding, then you don't give value whatever perception arises in this present moment. You know, these are uncertain stuff. So you use it just for the time being, for the moment, for the present moment purpose. But you don't have very deep hope on these things, the faraway things you don't think. You just use it. Your feelings, perceptions, volitions for your living in this moment. But next moment, you see your feelings, perception change. You accept as a reality, and you act accordingly. You do the thing appropriate for the moment. That's all. So you don't have high hopes. You just let go. Hopes arise. You know these feelings and perceptions are uncertain, impermanent, and these are not arise because I, me, myself. Causes and conditions create these feelings and perceptions and volitions. So therefore, you don't worry. You can make wrong decisions. When you understand it is wrong, you just have to do the next thing to correct it, or sometimes you have to ask the forgiveness from others if you tell something wrong. So do the right thing now and accept the reality. This body and mind is the natural phenomena. It runs based on your past experiences. The present moment, I, nose, tongue, body, mind, consciousness work based on your past experiences. But the past is just past from the present moment. The moment by moment, you are going forward and all go to your past. So that's why. So your feelings, perceptions always changing to different states. It is just a flow of happening things. When you keep in mind this reality, so you don't worry most of the things happening within yourself, not only within yourself, or even the other people, what other people also doing. So they also don't have a control on themselves. It is just a flow of happening things. So you are kind to yourself, you are kind to all other living beings. So the loving kindness then naturally arises within yourself. And in the same time, you see how it leads to suffering. All these feelings, perceptions, how these things leads to suffering. So you see the impermanence. So any moment when you are experiencing things, you have a choice. You see this is nice, this is beautiful. But when you know these feelings and perceptions change and fall into suffering, then you know this suffering is also always connected to our conscious process. So then you ready to let go things and free your mind. So then you can easily free your mind and let go things and be calm, quiet and still. If you have to act, you act according to the consciousness in the present moment. You do it as much as you can avoid all the unwholesome or the unskillful mentality, because you know unskillful mentality leads to suffering. If you have this relationship with your consciousness, you can easily avoid the unskillful actions. You no need to take as yours. You know, all other living beings also don't have control. It is just a flow of happening things. How they were trained in their past and what they believe and what they understand all drives their actions, verbal actions and bodily actions. It is just a flow of happening things. So even inside, you see within yourself, your body and mind also act the same way. So that's why when you are mindful about this nature, this reality, then you can avoid. You can build a different relationship to your experience. That means whatever feeling, perception, volition arise, you just leave it aside and let the things be and think twice. Cut off all the unskillful mentality. That means the greed and hatred based mentality. You can cut off and let go, and use the non-greed, non-hatred based the feelings, perceptions, volitions. So then you are naturally, if you are practicing these things, your verbal actions and bodily actions getting purified. You are not falling into the unskillful verbal actions and bodily actions. So that is how it works and how it happens. So the right view is an important thing, and letting go the feelings and perceptions based on the right view is important. So then it is a beneficial practice. This practice gives benefits. Okay, so do you have any more questions?
Thank you, Bhante. That was a really interesting answer.
Yeah.
And thank you, Alyssa, for the question. Jennifer, you've got your hand up in the air there. Would you like to unmute?
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Bhante, for the lovely talk and, of course, the guided meditation. Just concerning what you were talking about, Bhante. You were talking about consciousness. So I was just reflecting on like before I came to the Dharma, we always kind of think that consciousness is a continuous thing and that it's permanent, because to the normal lay people who don't practice or study the sutta, they would think that I'm conscious, I'm not in a coma, so therefore the consciousness is permanently there, right? So then again, that's not true. When I come into the Dharma, then I realize that there are 6 consciousnesses. Like Ajahn Brahm likes to say that the eye, the nose, and the mind consciousness, 6 altogether. So depending on the eye and the eye object, and the tension is there, then the eye consciousness pops up. And of course, it's impermanent, because then you hear a sound, and then before you know it, it's the ear object, and the attention is there, then the ear consciousness pops up. So it's changing all the time, right? Okay? So my question really is, I'm kind of curious, because when people go under general anesthetic, like for surgery, what happens to the consciousness, That's one thing. So just a bit of curiosity there. And of course, when we go to sleep, what happens? Is it the thinking, is it the mind consciousness? So just about two questions.
When you go to the surgery, I think you give the doctors give the anesthesia. So anesthesia actually reduces the power of the faculties. That means the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, the body especially, the body become the sensing powers getting lower. It is like the turning off the senses. So it is a physical thing. It is not mental, because the mind can't contact. Sometimes the mind is okay, but the mind, the body is turning off by chemicals or something. So it is the mind is not connecting to the body. So that time the mind can't sense the body, or the senses.
There's no consciousness at that point in time. Is that right? When we are
the mind, the body consciousness. Sometimes the body, because the partial anesthesia can partially unconscious. That means that part become unconscious. Or unconscious means it is working, but it is the way it is working is, that means it is not connect to the brain. Or this is the information go to the brain is not the same. Something like that. That's why it is mind can't advert that part of the body. If you give the part, that's what we understand. But the same thing can do if you develop the mind. Mind can avoid paying attention to that part. It is a different thing. These are two different things. But even the mind want to pay attention to that part. If that part is numb, that means it cut the nerves. So you can't feel it. Like it become numb. If you cut the nerves, so then you can get the feelings from that area. It is something like this. Once you give the anesthesia, that part is not you don't feel that part. So that is what is sometimes the full anesthesia. If you give to the whole body, the whole body.
I'm referring to the full
Full-
anesthetic, where
yeah.
the person is knocked out. So would
Yeah.
you say there's zero consciousness at that time? Like,
Yeah, the body consciousness, they're losing the body consciousness, but mind consciousness can work. Sometimes the mind consciousness also stop. That's why they fall into sleep like. So they, after they finish this, the power of anesthesia, then they wake up, they can't remember anything because they are like a deep sleep. Yeah.
like say when we go to bed every night,
Yeah.
like when we sleep,
Yeah.
would you say that there's still the mind consciousness happening because we're dreaming, so it's still there.
Yeah, different levels. I think that in deep sleep, you can't remember, or you are not much thinking, but it is very very the mild process. It is continuing. The process is continuing, but it is not powerful. Like even when you are practicing meditation, your attention on the meditation object can have the different level of mindfulness. Sometimes it is dull. Your attention is dull. And it goes to, that is sloth and torpor. So that's why it is, the sleeping also very close to sloth and torpor. So it is, yeah, bhavanga, yeah, that is the meaning, according to the term. Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, bhavanga, the meaning of
consciousness at a very low level.
low level. So the meaning of bhavanga is it is a part of the existence. You just holding on to the existence, but you are now not enjoying the five sense world. You are not enjoying the mental world. You just exist. It is bhava anga. So it is a part of the bhava. Still you are holding on to the existence. So you want to exist. So that's why, but you are resting. Give a rest to your eye, nose, tongue, body.
The will to live is still there.
Yeah, will to live is there. It is continuing. Not only will to live. Yeah, not only will to live. You are just give a pause to the five senses, but you want to enjoy the five senses. Wanting to enjoy five senses also resting on the stream of consciousness. It is that karma part is there. So that's why once again wake up your five senses and mind, still again it works in full force. Once you wake up, you start working in full force. That means you have the karmic force, the past intention, the force of the past intentions, again come back to the power. Because still you have the attachments and all this, still you haven't cut off and let go and release from all these desires. It goes to different states of existences.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhante. We have another hand up. Christelle,
Yes.
Marion and Eric in Paris would like to ask you a question.
Yeah. Yes.
Christelle, are you there?
For your Dhamma, thank you for meditating. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. When I was meditating, at one point, my mind went to something I bought yesterday. So I was, something I bought yesterday. And I thought, okay, instead of starting to get craving or attachment to that thing, let's have gratitude for the people that created that object.
Yeah.
So I started to remember the salesperson and all the people in the shop and the country they come from and the people and the animal that created that object and transported from that country to France. And so I was having gratitude, but at the same time I realized that my mind was getting more agitated to give gratitude and love to these people instead of being kind. Although it was maybe like a good feeling, it was agitating.
Yes.
So then I said, okay, maybe come back.
Yes.
So I'd like to know what you think about that, Bhante. Thank you very much.
Yes, that is correct. But this kind of gratitude, this kind of things you can practice in your day-to-day life. It is good to keep your mind in the skillful side, because gratitude is a good practice. But when you are practicing meditation, you just let go these goods and bads all, and you focus to the attention in one object which is not usually used in your five sense world. That means in your day-to-day life. Then you are letting go the whole goods and bads related to your five sense world or the day-to-day life. You just focus attention to an object which not leads to any thinking. It's unify your mind and just enjoy the peace and stillness of the mind, and let go all thinking and doing and valuing. All these things we let go. We just enjoy the silent stillness. Then your mind understand resting, how we enjoy the peace and tranquility, relaxation. All these things we experience, we just stop all doings. Stop doing is one of the important aspects of meditation. Stop all doing. Just otherwise there is no rest. If we don't do anything from our body, but our mind start doing things. So many thinking and valuing, paying gratitude and tell other people. All these are doings of the mind. So we avoid all doings of the mind. So we train how to relax without doing. Stop doing. So that is one of the most important aspects of meditation. Make our mind calm, still, quiet, doing nothing. So enjoy the silent stillness in the present moment. So we train our mind to relax. So it is really helpful, because when you are facing difficult situations, so you don't know how to take how to relax. So this is the training. So then you can have a small time and just cut off thinking and focus your attention to the any object, breath object, or stillness of the mind, or the loving kindness to all living beings. Whatever object, whatever feeling, whatever perception which is unusual to the five sense world or the day-to-day life, and focus to those objects and still your mind. Sometimes the light, one object, still object, you focus your attention and forget all others. This forgetting all others is the important part. That is letting go. Letting go, the training of letting go is the important thing. So then you know how to relax. So the meditation object is the thing we use to focus our attention, keep our attention. So without falling into sleep. Otherwise, sometimes if you are not enjoying your meditation object, you fall into sloth and torpor. You don't enjoy it. But if you have that understanding, okay, I am focusing attention to this object for avoiding all other objects, or letting go all other objects, not to paying attention to other objects, or releasing from other objects for temporarily, not permanently let go these things. We temporarily let go and enjoy the stillness of the mind. It is really helpful to the health of the mind. So that is the purpose of this. That is how it works. So then your question is, so when your mind attracted to this kind of thinking, it is not really helpful to this kind of meditation. But it is also kind of a meditation. In your day-to-day life, you have to use that kind of thoughts, that kind of way of relating to the world. You bring up the gratitude and loving kindness to all living beings. It is good. It can avoid the unwholesome mental state or the unskillful mental states. Okay. Is it okay? Sadhu.
Thank you from Paris, and thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Fuyuko also has a question here.
Okay.
Fuyuko, would you like to unmute?
Yes. Hello. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you I really enjoy your presence, with peace. I really enjoyed your meditation as well, so thank you very much. And I had a question actually, but sometimes, along the way, you just answered my question beautifully. So I think my answer, the answer to my question got answered. Actually, the question I had originally was, how do you elevate our state of consciousness, like a lower level of consciousness based on fear, anxiety, up to transform it to love and kindness and a more elevated state of consciousness. And one of the things I wanted to ask you is, like in Hinduism, they tend to consider we are master of our mind and body. Therefore, we use our intellect, so not only we observe our unnecessary, wasteful, negative feelings that arise from our mind, but once we catch it, once we increase the level of awareness, we detach ourselves. We know it's ego-created thoughts and feelings based on past experiences, but how do we use our intellect to transform, to elevate our consciousness? But I think you answered it. But do you consider that we are master of our mind and body at the same time when we let go and need to surrender and trust in the process?
Yeah, this is this body and mind is a natural process. It based on always your feelings, perceptions, volitions drives it in the forward. So that's why the present moment feelings and perceptions, volitions are based on how you take it in your past, and whatever thing you are learning now, whatever thing you are experiencing now, they change the shape of your feelings, perceptions in future. So it is a flow of happening thing. That's why when we choose the right side, when you listen to this kind of talks or someone's teaching, this is how this one, then you develop the different perceptions and different intentions to let go. And these things come to action, and you build up the skill to let go. When you are practicing meditation, it leads, because that's how this mind and body works. Actually, you have to understand, it is a flow of happening things. But you can take it as I, because it is just, there is no fixed I. It is that moment. Next moment, your choices change to different state. But when you understand these are changing all the time, so then your mind tends to let go the whole mass. Then you get something different. That means you are training yourself to let go the whole thing and enjoy the stillness, enjoy the different state of existence. It is a training. It comes by the inspiration. This inspiration by listening and thinking. So it is also part of the flow. So that's why Lord Buddha say you can't claim this body and mind as yours. It is just a flow of happening things. But the training, whatever thing you listen and whatever thing you choose, based on also your basis, how your basis. Now you are listening this one. If you don't even come to the Armadale group, you never listen these things and you never inspired to do it. That's why Lord Buddha say it is just causes and conditions running this one. So your choices makes you the flow. It is a part of the system. So that's why, because if you think that this is my will, this is my wish, this is my action. But really, if you analyze this one, how this one come to me? So just listening, and your mind have chosen this one in this moment. Sometimes you don't care this kind of talks. Okay, just let go. Your interest is on something else. So this moment, that's why Lord Buddha say it depends on the moment. It depends on the condition of your mind. That what I told in early, that when you go to the kitchen, how you cook the fruit or the vegetable. So your thoughts come based on the causes and conditions at that moment. So that's why you have to keep in mind. You can take as I, me, myself, but there is no fixed I, me, myself. So according to the other religions also take in a different ways, because sometimes the people they take this soul is created by the Brahma or the God. So that is also the way of taking, in a different way of taking, because you don't take the responsibility to your soul, because soul is the Brahma's creation or the God's creation. So that is God's wish. Whatever thing we get according to the God's wish. That is also, you are not to solely take the responsibility to yours, or that is my foolishness, that is my wisdom. If you practice correctly, then you can let go things. Then you can generate loving kindness to yourself and all other living beings, even if you are using those bases. Because according to the Hinduism, they also develop their mind to the jhana levels. So, and they think the liberation is those levels. But Buddha says, Lord Buddha clearly says, even though you go and born in those states, you can live very long, you can stay there a long time, but still you are attached to the experiences. Therefore, you come to your different experiences because the stream of consciousness is supported by your past karma. Even in the five sense world, karma is there because the stream of consciousness is always supported by the past karma. That's why the later time you may have the intentions to leave that higher states and come back to these lower states and do a service to the humanity. Because you love, you think these people don't understand most of the things. I can teach these people and I can inspire them to do the right thing and liberate from this suffering and come to the Brahma world. Once you go to the Brahma world, you have thousands of eons. You can stay there. It is like a highly stable place. But Buddha says, once you come to this five sense world, whatever thing you encounter, shape up your will, your choices, and you might go up to the hell. So that is the danger of samsara. So that is how Buddhism explained. Buddha explained these things in suttas.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Thank you, Bhante. Bhante, we have a question in the chat that I could read to you.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay, now just one moment. Hi, Bhante. I know monastery has a routine. Is there a time when you have to do meditation, even if you're not feeling like doing it?
Yeah.
And when you're not feeling like doing it, how do you deal with that? Thanks.
So when you are staying in a monastery or the meditation center?
When you live in the monastery.
Yeah.
When you have times when you must go to meditation, if you're not feeling like meditation, and you feel you have to do it, how do you deal with it?
Yeah, if you are staying in a monastery, having that kind of rules, because some monasteries have strict rules. You have to come to the meditation hall and sit and meditate. So the best practice is just train yourself to let go. Because these feelings, perceptions arise within us always based on our past experiences. If you had to train to let go all these feelings and just follow the monastery, because you went to the monastery to train yourself to practice this path, or the practice meditation or practice peace. So just follow whatever thing you have to do there. If you don't want to follow, just leave the place and go find out a different place. You are free to do that. So the best thing, once you go there, just follow. Just forget about your feelings and don't worry about your feelings, because your feelings are impermanent. These are change. So that kind of attitude you have to develop within yourself, because the feelings, perceptions and volitions, these are impermanent stuff. Come and go, arise and pass away. So that is the reality related to our body and mind. So we have to keep in mind, you should have that knowledge, that wisdom. So then you can easily let go and just follow whatever thing you have to do. So just do it. Forget about your body and mind. Release It is also helpful, because I have heard the Ajahn Brahm saying those days when Ajahn Brahm was staying in Bodhinyana Monastery, the Ajahn Chah asked them to go to the tin shed. Even the hot days, they go and sit inside the tin shed and meditate. Very hot. But that is the place most of the people train themselves to let go the body easily. So if we head to those states, these experiences, then they are falling into hatred, the unskillful mentality. So that is not the thing. Then they don't get anything from that practice. So that's why it is important to understand this foundation of Buddhism. That's a basic knowledge about the body and mind, which gives by the Buddha, or the Buddha's the disciples, or come in Dhamma. This is the most important part. That's why right view is important. So if you have the right view, you are ready to let go. You are ready to let go. So otherwise, you are always holding on to your feelings and perceptions. You can't let go. It is good, but in most of the monasteries, I know, they don't have strict rules, but they inspire to do the right thing. So they always teach their students to do the right thing. So how to relate to your experiences in the right way, and how to let go things. So then it is the right inspiration, and they are free to do the right thing. But in some monasteries, they have the routines. So they have to come and sit and meditate. That is also not bad, actually. Some people actually praise that method. So they sit and practice meditation. After some time, they start enjoying that meditation. And they learn a lot. Is that okay? My answer is okay?
I think it has brought a smile to someone's heart. I can see someone smiling, Bhante, and yes, I think you've touched hearts.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante, somebody's left a message for you, Bhante. Thank you for a wonderful talk and meditation. I think that we might have reached almost that time when we finish, but before we finished, Bhante, would you be happy to offer us a blessing in Pali?
Okay, I will chant the Pali chanting.
Thank you.
Sabba roga vinimutto, sabba santapa vajito, sabba veramati kanto, nibbuto ca tvang bhava. Sabbitiyo vivajjantu, sabba rogo vinassatu, mate bhavatvantarayo, sukhi digayuko bhava. Bhavatu sabba mangalang, rakkantu sabba devata, sabba buddhanubhavena sada bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang, rakkantu sabba devata, sabba dhammanubhavena sada bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang, rakkantu sabba devata, sabba sanghanubhavena sada bhavantu te. Okay.
So it's beautiful, Bhante. Thank you.
Sadhu. Thank you for inviting.